What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fitness Realty channel. My name is TJ McLelland and I'm the broker. I'm super excited to share all the things we have planned with you. So sit back, strap in, and let's have some fun. What's up, everybody? Hey, we're here for episode 5050. I can't even believe we've gone that far. Just want to say thank you to all of our supporters. Thank you for all the support and just coming back and viewing us. So thank you so much. But up today, I have John Krieger with Aiken Brothers Citywide Home Loans here to talk to us about lending and a little bit about himself. So I'm excited. Thank you, John. Take it away. Give us a little bit of background about you.
Well, TJ, first, dude, congrats, man. 50 episodes is insane, dude. You've been doing this for so long. Obviously, there's so few guys that have been able to make it the distance you have. You inspire a lot of guys. I know a lot of agents on your team that are just really proud to be under your leadership. So a little bit about me, I guess, TJ. So I'm oldest of four. I grew up in Farmington, Utah. Went to Snow College, one of the greatest times of my life because it was just a riot down there, actually. Didn't get a lot of schooling done. It was fun.
Nice.
Went to Utah State University, got a degree in finance, and while I was up there, I started selling cars, of all things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a good job during school because the hours were super flexible, so I could work full-time and go to school full-time.
Nice.
So when I was up there, I met a kid named Brock Aiken. Ended up being basically my best friend for the last 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And we stayed in the car business for a long time, even after school and all that. And a few years ago, we decided, hey, let's switch over to mortgages. Yeah. We'd had a good experience selling cars, but people kept coming back to us for repeat transactions. And we thought, hey, how can we help them on a larger scale? Plus, dude, just to be honest, I watch HGTV in my spare time, all the time. So I just like homes. So, okay. I just want to be Chip Gaines when I grow up, but I don't have any of the skill set, to be honest. So I got to do the finance side. So yeah, a few years ago, we switched to, mortgage lending. I've got a 10-year-old daughter. She is just fantastic, just the greatest little thing in the world growing up. And then my family all still lives around here. And yeah, just feeling really blessed for the opportunities I have and the people in my life. You know, it is in this industry. There's a lot of good actors, a lot of bad actors. Grateful to be around the good ones. So
Man, that is so cool. I just want to say I have a lot of friends that are Aggies fans, and we always go head to head because I'm a Ute fan.
Bro, hey, I will say, dude, I went to the U as well. I'm just gonna claim Utah State, all right? So I got both. Okay.
That's awesome. Well, on a little bit about college football last year, right? BYU kind of killed everybody in Utah, right? So it's always kind of like, crap.
Yeah, dude. Hey, I'll be the first to tell you, I know nothing about college football, which makes it great because I don't know my team's winning or losing.
Oh, nice.
Sure. I guess they do well. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Who knows? So.
Okay. Well, for me and all the Ute fans last year, the Lavelle Edwards Stadium was just unreal when BYU won. So I mean, I wasn't in the stadium, but I could literally feel it through the TV.
I'm sure, dude. I can't imagine that many people. So.
Right. Oh, they went crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about, I know you kind of mentioned how you got started, which is so cool. Just kind of how you got your upbringing and then kind of transitioned from car sales into home mortgages, which is huge, right? The mortgage industry, I feel like, has a lot of convoluted areas where the general public just don't understand. And the way that you can describe to help educate, I think, is a very, very powerful piece. So kind of give us a little synopsis of what makes you the best about home lending before we just blow everybody's minds about what the products are that you offer. Let's talk about why you're the best before we get to all the product craziness.
So there's tons of lenders out there, right? There's probably, 5,000 in the state or something like that. And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them give really good service. They really do. And a lot of the products are very comparable and that kind of thing. I think where I have the ability to stand out is just the compassion side of it, right? Cool. You're buying a home. Maybe this is your 10th home, right? And for you, it's just rinse and repeat, right? And you really don't need my help that much. So I push the buttons and I move you along. But if you're a first-time homeowner or maybe you have some credit issues or something like that, that's where I'll jump in and just actually try to go above and beyond to make that experience smooth for you. There's 25 people involved in a transaction. There's agents, obviously, like you. There's title people. There's buyers. There's sellers. There's everybody. It's hard enough for you and I to juggle all of it, and it's not the house that we're buying, right?
Yeah,
so
true.
That's where I really try to strive, right? I'm the guy that you call me on a Sunday afternoon and you're in a panic about something, I'm going to pick up my phone, this is not a 9 to 5 job. I like to say it's like a 5 to 9 job, actually, you know, because they always happen at
Totally
night.
fair.
When it gets in your head and that kind of thing.
Yep.
Plus, I have an amazing team, honestly, and I know we're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But like, I couldn't do what I do, and I couldn't do it with my partner Brock without the people that support us, and they have that same passion. Like, I've seen it from you and your agents where a deal gets down to the end and you're sweating more bullets than the homeowner is.
Right.
Right. Because like you're so invested at that point, it has to happen.
Yep.
That's how I like to look at every deal, because I know when I bought houses, and man, it can be stressful sometimes. So let's try and help with that.
Right. That's really cool. I want to kind of reiterate something that you just said there is the ability to make sure that the clients can get a hold of you outside of 9 to 5 business hours. Because, I mean, let's face it, and you kind of hit it right on the head. People aren't watching and looking at their credit at 9 o'clock in the morning or looking at homes at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I take that back. They may be surfing Zillow while they're taking their morning. Never mind. Let's scratch that. But they might be cruising Zillow or something. But honestly, having the ability to reach out to somebody and get the answers that you need outside of those hours, I feel like is just so powerful. And that's something that we're always promoting, is the ability to do that, is to like, hey, reach out to me anytime. I'm never going to say no. And you have that mantra as well, which I think is so cool. So for everybody listening, that powerful piece is actually really, really huge. And you might not feel it in a transaction, but you'll feel it in a transaction that goes south, and then you can't get a hold of somebody, and then you'll be like, ooh, I remember what I heard on Fitness Realty's podcast about that, and this hurts.
You'll feel it when you don't hear it. I can tell you that. All right. Like one of your agents I just freaking love is Ben Cook. And he's the same way, dude. He's one of those guys that, like, when we're doing a deal, Saturday afternoon, whatever, he just picks up the phone, right?
Yep.
And I love the opportunity, honestly. You know,
that's so cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, all right, let's kind of shift gears to what are the things that you offer, so that you can kind of talk about those. I know in lending, you're highly regulated, so a lot of this for all of our listeners is going to be very ambiguous. Mm-hmm. But when you have those questions, reach out to John and find out the specific answers. But if you can just give us a glossed overview, that'd be awesome.
For sure. So a lot of people have probably heard of conventional loans and FHA loans. Okay, these are your two standard loan sets. They both have pluses and minuses. And to be honest with you, pretty much any lender can do those. All right, any lender that says they specialize in one or the other, it's really hard to say because, like you said, it's all regulated. It all kind of falls into the same bucket by the time it's done. All right.
Gotcha.
Where we kind of differentiate ourselves is on some of the more obscure programs. So we're really big into new construction. New construction is a huge thing right now. Okay.
Yes.
So we have programs that are for people building custom homes or people that are building your traditional home. So that's kind of a tranche, I guess.
Nice.
We also do a lot of investor programs where you fall outside of all the normal stuff. You know, you're trying to buy your 10th home, or you're trying to buy a fixer-upper or something, you know. You want to be on HGTV.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. We have programs for that are very different. And that's where I think we can really help people is, like I said, obviously we're trying to be compassionate, but also there is some uniqueness to some of our product offerings. It's just fascinating to me how many times we can go in and maybe save a deal that someone else can, because the team is able to think through it differently.
Interesting.
Maybe here's an example, right? People have heard of the first time home buyer program in Utah, right? For the state of Utah, actually, is a program that'll help people buy homes if they haven't owned one before, which by the way is wild. Like talk to my boy TJ about it. It's an amazing program. Okay. We actually have 3 of those programs.
Whoa.
One, but we've kind of done some background research to say, okay, like if you can't make it through this tier, let's go here and let's go here, you know? We like to think we're just a little more creative, I guess. You don't have to be a 780 credit score to call me. You can be a 580. I don't freaking care. Like,
that's awesome.
Like let's play ball. That was more fun anyways than a 780. All right.
Right. And they'll appreciate it way more too.
For sure, dude. They will, man. Trust me. I've got some I've had clients invite me to like weddings and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
I have to laugh, DJ. When someone buys a home, right?
Yep.
It's like the funniest relationship because you talk to this person every day for like a month. And you get to know every detail of their life. Like you're literally in their family, and you're like, I didn't know you 30 days ago. Like we were strangers, and now I could literally come over to your house for dinner. You know?
Yeah, so true. And a lot of times, I feel like you're describing that in a way that passionate people get about this business because And there's clients out there that they'll surf for, lowest bid or anything that can just save money, and it will feel like a transaction.
Yeah.
Whereas what you're describing and the way we do business as well is really a relationship, right?
Yes,
I mean,
I love
and
that.
especially like your side. I mean, all their deep dark
Oh,
secrets,
dude, it is
like
the best. Yeah, bro. The stuff you find out, and you're like, hey, I hate to have to ask this, but I gotta ask about this,
right?
like, but you're right though. I love that transaction versus relationship.
Yeah.
It's been said time and time again. This is the biggest purchase you're probably going to make in your life. All
Yep.
right. Like you want someone who's vested in your success.
Right.
Like if you buy a cell phone and you hate the experience, who cares? You got
Right.
your cell phone. You're gonna buy another one in a year anyways, right? It
Yep.
doesn't
So
matter.
true.
But man, you buy the wrong house or you get the wrong loan, you're stuck with that for like probably 10, 20 years,
Right.
like
Yep. You're gonna
it is
get buried.
wild. Yeah, dude, for sure. So yes, like TJ said, pick the right person, the person that cares.
Yep.
And to be honest with calling it how it is, that's usually not the least expensive person because they
Yeah.
don't have the team, they don't have the marketing, they don't have the knowledge that person doesn't. You want somebody who has all those things.
Yep. Oh,
So,
100%. No, that's so
yeah.
cool. All right. Let's see. How big is your team?
So my team, so primary members, I guess, are me and then Brock Aiken. We're your two LOs on that, all right? We
Okay.
have our head processor. Her name is Christine Bracken. And then we have our office manager, Penny Neffer. And then Jeff Butterfield helps with all of our documentation. Now, so that's
Wow.
kind of high level. There's about 5 or 6 of us right there.
Uh-huh.
But the cool thing about that is we sit in an office with about 28 people for our branch.
Oh,
And our
wow.
branch does about 60 to 70 loans a month, which is
Jeez.
wild.
Nice. Yeah.
Wild, wild, wild. So we see everything and we have the ability to go ask for help from other people too.
Yeah. That's so cool.
We have multiple accounts with builders, which are members for us. And
Right.
then obviously have some great title partners, just like you guys do, who really are team members because like they're part of the deal.
Yeah. They really are an integral part for sure.
Yeah. And that goes back to that, like I said earlier, those 25 people that are in this transaction, a few of those are actually literally on my team, but the rest are still part of the team because
Right.
they've got to be, we got to be on the same rhythm.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that makes
Yeah.
such a huge difference. Like when you're anticipating exactly what they're going to do because you've worked with them for so long and they're professional, that
Yes.
it does make a huge deal. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, brother.
All right. For everybody listening, what are the areas that you can service to help somebody get a mortgage?
So my team is licensed in Utah, California, Idaho, Florida. Okay.
Oh,
We
wow.
have
Nice.
Colorado, Wyoming, and a few other states coming online soon as well.
Cool.
Our company is licensed in about 43 states,
Whoa.
which is
Geez.
awesome. It's pretty huge. So the cool thing about that is we kind of have a referral program where I can
Nice.
basically hand that off to another loan officer who's licensed and they can do everything regulated wise. But then I can help babysit it at least, kind of try to give my touch to it.
Nice.
So yeah, we're pretty much, there's only a few like East Coast states that are so hard to get licensed in for like anybody.
Yeah.
That even some of like the monster companies aren't even licensed there.
Whoa.
But other than that, we're good. So
That's a wide swath. So like
it is.
if somebody was looking at an investment property somewhere else, chances are there's a program that you could help them with.
For sure. Absolutely. That's
Nice.
been one of the greatest things is, how it is, TJ, as your network, your sphere of influence, I guess, starts growing and people's families start evolving,
Right.
Yeah, people move, kids move out,
Yep.
and all that.
They go to college
And
somewhere else.
they do. Yeah.
Yep.
Right? And maybe dad or mom want to buy an investment property for the kid to live in while they're in college. Right.
Right.
Well, let's do that,
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's a bunch of licensing every year. It's a lot of hours. You know how it is.
Right.
But it pays dividends, and really it allows us to keep more clients in-house, that enjoy our experience. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's pretty cool. Dude, I won't lie to you. Literally yesterday, I was talking to my mom about buying a condo in Tampa and sending my oldest boy to Tampa for school.
Dude, I just read your mind, bro. Okay, all right.
I know, you literally did. I was like, what the?
Yeah, I hate to say this, but we can also read minds over here at Citywide Home Loans, all right?
Fair.
So good
Okay.
luck, okay?
For everybody listening, put him to the test.
Yeah, dude, yeah. It only works once, and TJ got it. So.
Oh, fair. Okay. Only works once. Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime.
You heard it here first.
50th episode.
Right. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, man, that's
okay.
awesome.
Well, let's, before we wrap up,
Yep.
lay on us one of the either craziest personal stories you got or craziest industry stories. And let's kind of see what that is.
Dude, it's not like a crazy story. I think it's more of just like a victory for all the people that were involved because it just happened, so it's on my mind.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Cool.
I'm sure you've been involved in these deals, TJ, where it's like person's buying a house, person's selling a house, then that person's buying their house, and that person's like, you just
Oh,
get this
yeah.
domino where you've got like
Yep.
4 or 5 deals, right?
Yep.
So we have this like 4 deal domino set,
Oh,
right? And the final people, like the very bottom, like the one that has to happen, right?
yep.
They go to closing day, and they were using a different lender. And their lender calls them 15 minutes before closing and says, "Hey, unfortunately, this got turned down."
Oh my
Just like
gosh.
the worst possible thing. And dude, it wasn't even that lender's fault. I love that lender. He's such a good dude. It was
Yeah.
something completely out of his control, right?
Oh.
So all of a sudden we have like all these people, and these people had already moved, like moved out of their houses. We had one that was a
Oh.
military family. You get that.
Yep.
So credit where credit's due. We go to the top agent on all of these, right? And
Yep.
tell her, and she's just a bulldog. Love her. She's a bulldog.
Nice.
And she's like, "Hey, get this done." Like she's like, "No, like no's not an option. Just figure it out, right?"
Oh wow.
So I get the file from the bottom one and start working it, and it was just so cool to see that we had like, I mean, 3 or 4 different families, 5 or 6
Wow.
different ages, like just so, I mean, probably 40 people, multiple title companies,
Right.
and every single person had the same goal, and so every person like went lockstep together. Um,
Wow.
Dude, it was stressful. Like for sure, it was
Oh, for
stressful.
sure.
Like even as people started signing, I was like, okay, we have one sign. Now we got to like literally physically rush documents to this and this person
Yeah.
and this. Um,
Oh.
but it was just one of the coolest things I've seen when you talk about like caring,
Yeah.
like that was one of those things where it's like everybody, the agents, the other lender, everybody could have just walked off.
Right.
But everybody was like, hey, this is only going to happen if we like either everybody wins together or nobody wins.
Yep. Like
And
all come together.
yes, everybody's got to come together.
Wow.
So yeah, it was awesome to see, and especially since 2 of the people, I think 2 of them were first time home buyers.
Cool.
So people that like this truly meant the world to them.
Right. Yeah. You
Um,
just gave them their dreams,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
So
Oh man, that's so cool.
it was cool. And I'm sure some of the people who were involved in that transaction will be listening, like just super appreciative for all those people that were involved in that
Right.
deal.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
And that's
it
such
was
a big
awesome.
thing about the team that you have that can pull together to do that.
Yeah, dude,
That's incredible. And
yeah,
like
very, very grateful.
in reality, a lot of deals nowadays feel like there are a lot of strings that are being pulled because they're not as cut and dry as they were years ago.
Nope.
And
Yeah.
we're seeing that just everywhere. So like title's feeling it, we're feeling it, you're feeling it. And then kind of in that same realm that a lot of them are chained together. So you need all these domino effects to kind of get the deal done. And then
100%.
you have first time home buyers like, we're gonna get keys, and it's like hold up,
Yeah.
you're gonna get them, but we got all these steps that need to get done. Oh my
And you can
gosh.
describe to them the steps, right? And like
Yeah,
they shouldn't
yeah,
have to, right? Because it's not their job. That's why
right,
we're involved. You
yeah,
want to be like, oh, the title didn't do this or this. And it's like it doesn't matter.
yep,
Just solve the problem.
yep, for
Like
sure.
just solve the problem. So,
Oh
so yeah, I
my
feel very
gosh.
fortunate on that one. They haven't all ended that well, obviously,
Oh, for
but
sure.
but that one did, and so super grateful for that one.
Dude,
So
that's so
yeah,
crazy. Well, congrats on
thank you.
completing that one. That's so
Yeah,
amazing.
mission accomplished, as they say. All right, so
Right? Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to John. For everybody listening, John Krieger at Citywide Home Loans with Aiken Brothers, with their team. I'm just very appreciative of you coming on to the show, being able to showcase what it is that you bring to the clients. And I think the biggest takeaway is, one, educating them, because, like I said, mortgage feels like a very convoluted beast that is hard to understand when you're a consumer because there are just so many different facets to it. And then number two, that this is a relationship. So when people reach out to you, they're going to actually get somebody that can hold their hand, get them to the finish line, without it feeling like a transaction, right? I always hate that we always call it a transaction, but to me, I'm like, well, this is a relationship. Like it's not going to be over once we're
100%.
done, you know?
No, yeah, no way, dude. Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's
no,
so
and
cool.
I appreciate all that, and honestly, I want to give a shout out to you and your brokerage, obviously.
Thank you.
Your involvement in stuff like this in the community and just sharing knowledge. Like I think that's a big thing that people lean upon us for. Is it isn't even just the deal. I guess. It's the years of knowledge that you provide to the point where they're comfortable to do the deal. And you doing these podcasts is just part of that. Like, I didn't get paid. You're not getting paid. Like, this is literally just to try to help where we can and hopefully encourage someone and give them the motivation to go buy a home, like fulfill their dream if that's their dream, you know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you, TJ. Happy 50th, all right?
Yep. Thank you. 50 episodes, everybody.
Oh,
Woo! All right. Later. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for supporting us. We'll see you next time, and we love you. Later.